10:08, good morning. It's Sunday Morning Live on AM800, kicking off hour two of Experts on Call with Amy from Amy's Helping Hands. The website, by the way, is amy'shelpinghands.ca. We are going to learn a lot, especially about caring for seniors and adult day programs for seniors and such. So if you do have any questions, of course, feel free to give us a call. The number is 519-792-CKLW, 792-2559. And don't forget, we do have Mr. Instant Teller still ahead in about half an hour or so, give or take. Just make sure you keep listening for your chance to win some serious cash. But in the meantime, we have a lot to learn about from Amy's Helping Hands. So I'm so glad that you are here this morning, Amy.
Well, thank you for having me.
Your first time here in the AM800 studios. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here, especially talking about your business here. It's a great program to have here in Windsor because you help out a lot of seniors, right?
We do. We've had the fortune of meeting a lot of wonderful people, sometimes in a bit of a crisis situation, but it's definitely every day is a new day, and it's very interesting, and we get the satisfaction of not only meeting those people, but helping them.
Oh, that's so nice. I could tell by the look on your face, too, that you just love it.
We do, yeah. I think it's not only myself. I have a core group of individuals that are fantastic, and it's equally as much their passion as is mine. The nursing case managers who see the clients every day, who do the initial assessments, the girls in the office as well, who genuinely take to heart everybody's pain and joy at the same time. They're the ones who look to make the seniors that are calling or their loved ones, put them at ease and get their schedules right, make sure they get those caregivers that are very important out to their homes.
So you do a lot of different things, and can you give us an idea of some of the things that you specialize in?
Sure. Well, we have broadened our service base over the last 5 years. We started in 2009, March of 2009, so we just celebrated our 5th anniversary. And we've been expanding readily, mainly due to the need in our community. It's something that I experienced a little over 5 years ago when I was looking for care for a loved one, and I became very frustrated with the system and the gaps in it. And that's really how we've prefaced our services, is that we're not here to take over, we're not here to impede on anybody else's territory, simply here to add an additional support base to our clients in the community, and we're to be used where those gaps are being found. So the community-based programs like CCAC or Community Care Access Center, wonderful resource to tap into. And then if there's needs that are outside of their capabilities, then they're able to call us. And we do anything from as little as 2 hours a week up to 24-hour, 7-day-a-week care. We work 365 days a year, so holidays don't really mean a whole lot to us. And then we have our services range from anything from basic companionship all the way up to palliative nursing, foot care, medical monitors, and we do a lot of homemaking services. And we've just recently opened up a new adult day program too, where we provide services on site.
Wow. So it's kind of neat because they say the best businesses are those that come from spotting a need in the community and filling it. And that's what you've done here.
Exactly. It was something where I have a nursing background. So I had worked in mostly a hospital setting and done some health education as well. But I naively assumed, like many, that we have the benefit of having a socialized medical system, and we have everything when we need it at our fingertips, and it's all paid for. And we do have the fortune, for the most part, of having a great healthcare system. It just doesn't meet the needs of every single person in every single situation. And that's really where we decided to preface all of our services. We've geared them towards individuals, and each person that comes to us with a specific problem, it's really not like any other. So we treat them like the individual that they are, and we put together a plan of care that meets their individual needs and then also gives their family members peace of mind.
Yeah, that's something I can really see, is the peace of mind for the families. So who usually calls you then? Is it the individual or their family?
We do get a variety. We have some patients that will call us directly themselves. They recognize that there's a need, whether it be as simple as needing a little bit of help with some homemaking, if they can't seem to push the vacuum around, or they've recently or know that they're about to undergo, say, a knee or a hip replacement, and they know they want some short-term help, or they've been told by their physician that they need some short-term help. And then there's other individuals who, maybe due to some cognitive impairment starting with Alzheimer's or dementia, that their family members are starting to recognize that there's maybe a few things going on. Maybe mom or dad's memory isn't what it used to be. They may have walked in and there's some food left on the stove with the burner on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different warning signs that some loved ones might be able to detect, and then that's prompted them to call us.
So you're covering really every end of the spectrum there.
We really have tried to broaden our service base to help. We've, like I said, done anything and everything you can think of. So over the last couple of years, there's even been individuals that will call us and they would like us to take grandma to the wedding because the mother of the bride is really busy with taking care of all the last minute details, but they really want grandma to be there. And unfortunately, she's wheelchair bound or needs oxygen, might need some help going to the washroom, those sorts of things. So our caregivers, they dress up and they try to fit in and blend in, and then we're able to help participate in that wonderful day, and then everyone's happy and gets to participate.
You really have thought of everything, haven't you?
Part of it's due to circumstance. We try not to say no to anyone. As long as it's safe for both the patient and the caregiver, then we're happy to become that creative solution for whatever they do need.
I'm really interested in this because my husband and I actually just had a conversation a couple days ago. We're house hunting right now, and my parents are out west, and they're retired, and they just went through where they made up their wills and their funeral arrangements and such. And my husband and I had this conversation where what if one of our parents needs to be taken care of? Are we going to be able to, would we take them in? Can we do that? Yes, we can. We're house hunting right now. Let's keep this in mind in a way,
Mm-hmm.
So this seems to me to be the kind of business Amy's Helping Hands to keep in mind, to keep, like a little, if you have a brochure or business card, to keep that on the fridge just in case, because if there's ever a just in case moment or a just, you never know type thing. Oh, let's call Amy. Let's call, because you never know. Like you said, if you go in for, if you break a knee or if you go in for hip replacement surgery or something and you just need help with some chores around the house or going to the wedding, as you said, all those little things right up to bigger things. You've really covered everything. So I can see people just wanting your information just in case.
And it's funny that you say that because when I started in 2009, that was in March, and in June there was a really beautiful article that was written about our company in the Windsor Star. And even 2, 3, 4 years later, when I go out to patients' homes for the first time to do initial assessment, they'll pull out that original article and say, I thought this was really interesting and I didn't need you at the time, but I thought that I might someday.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how people will hold on to those things, or I'll walk in and the article will be on the fridge. So I think what's drummed that up too is we've been fortunate enough to get a lot of publicity due to some of the awards that we have won due to quality of services and consistency and just our overall commitment to the seniors in our community. So, but it is funny that you mentioned that because it's happened several times, not just once.
I even think it's the sort of thing where, like, I worry about my parents because they are out west and I can't be there for them that often. So if there was a business like this out there, I would want to know all about it. I would want their number just in case. I mean, my parents are still young, so are my husband's, they're still young, very capable, but down the line, or should something happen, I would want to be able to call, So I think this is the sort of thing where if there are parents or grandparents here who have kids that are living out of town, they should give your number to their kids out of towns just in case, saying, you know what, this is I keep using that phrase, just in case. I hope you're not offended by that,
No.
by saying you're a just in case business. But I could see that really being like you're like a safety net in a way. Like you're the number that people should have programmed in their cell phone or something like that. Like that people, if there's grandparents here and their kids are out of town, they should call their family out of town and say, should something happen, and I can't make the phone call myself, this is a great organization in Windsor. Can you have their number handy just in case? That's
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, and we do service a lot of clientele where their families are calling us, not only from out of town, but out of the country. And it gives them the peace of mind knowing that there's a high quality service. And that mainly stems from the fact that we've always had nursing case managers who are experienced in community care. We're well versed in what resources there are in Windsor and Essex County. And we really help to coordinate the appropriate level of care in all facets and look at how we can better enhance that person's life and their well-being and their safety while at home or at hospital bedside and retirement and nursing home. We do provide services there as well. And then for those family members that live out of town, we do have a secure web-based program that we give them a username and password for, and we copy and paste all of our personal support workers or the nurses that are in. We copy and paste their notes and their reports into the system, and then their loved one from Italy or California or BC, wherever they're calling or looking from, they can go in and see how mom or dad's night was. They have that information almost instantaneously after the report is or the shift is done, and that report can give them a lot of valuable information and really eliminate the responsibility on the family for keeping everyone informed. So it lessens the burden, and then they know mom or dad are taken care of. And if there's any doctor's appointments or any follow-ups or anything like that that needs looking after, then we will do the coordination of that. We provide the transportation to and from the doctor's offices or even the grocery store or social outings. We're able to do that. Our caregivers can drive the patients as long as they don't need a wheelchair accessible vehicle. And then we can make sure that their whole needs are taken care of.
Okay. So the phone number to write down and to pass on to family members is 519-996-9003. That's 996.
Well, that would actually be my cell phone number.
Oh.
But I can give you the main line, which is where you're going to get the most assistance, is 519-915-4370.
So 915-4370. So that's the number you want to call in order to actually reach Amy's helping hands. It's 915-4370. That's 915-4370. So make sure you write that number down.
Yes.
And we'll be back here with more experts on call on AM800.
Oh, sound like your new basement installation is being fitted.
Okay, new basement installation may not sound that sexy, but as you're thinking of home renos this spring, now you can get a rebate from Union Gas of up to
$2,500. For energy efficiency renovations, which can save you up to 20% on your energy bills. Learn more at uniongas.com/home reno. New basement installations sound pretty good now, doesn't it?
More news, more voices, more Windsor Essex. Tune into the afternoon news weekdays from 3 till 6. Get informed on your drive home. The afternoon news weekdays from 3 to 6.
For additional info on advertising with AM800, email advertising at am800cklw.com. It's much better to wake up to news, the weather, or maybe the highlights of last night's game than an annoying alarm. The Morning Drive, weekdays from 5 to 9 a.m. To advertise on AM800, email advertising at am800cklw.com.
Let me tell you something.
Today is Sunday. And this is Sunday Morning Live with Rebecca Wolf.
There's only one
AM800.
I can't take it.
Why are you bumping your head on the steering wheel?
These gas prices are killing me.
Not me. I just bought a fuel-efficient Ford, and my price is locked in at 95 cents a liter.
I gotta get to the Ford store.
Peace of mind is here during the Ford Drive Smart Save Smart event. Drive smart with our most fuel-efficient lineup ever, and save smart by locking in at the pump at 95 cents a liter. Plus, get into the Fiesta starting from $75 bi-weekly at 0.99% purchase financing for 84 months with zero down. Only at your Ford store. See Ford.ca for details.
95 cents a liter. Wow.
How Bell makes watching sports better.
John always cheers really loudly. When he got a new Samsung Superphone with Bell Mobile TV, he could watch the most live sports on the go on a large, vivid screen. So, if you hear a guy on the bus shouting, "Boom shakalaka!" it's probably just John watching sports on his phone.
Save big on Samsung Galaxy S4, S4 Mini, and Note 3 superphones. Offer ends March 31st. Visit a Bell store for details. Bell. Watching sports anywhere just got better.
AM800.
Well, as far as news concerned, we get everything from AM800.
CKLW.
I can stream you on the internet or my phone. I listen to you more than I watch TV.
Local news first.
(10:23). Good morning. It's Sunday Morning Live on AM800. We're looking at a sunny afternoon with a high of 8. A few clouds moving in tomorrow. We'll see a high of 11, and then some rain on Tuesday. April Fool's Day, too, by the way. So keep that in mind. We'll see a high of 13. Right now, it's -1 or 30.
It's not online research, it's on-air research.
I'm on air. This is the best place to do that.
Experts on call on AM800. 519-792-2559 and pound 800 on your Bell mobility phone. Experts on Call is a paid program on AM800.
Amy from Amy's Helping Hands is joining us for Experts on Call. The number to give Amy a call is 915-4370. That's 915-4370. You can also check out amy'shelpinghands.ca. We've been learning a lot about some of the things, the services that the organization is able to offer, but I want to go into greater detail about some of your day programs and some of your services too.
Sure. Yes. Well, our services, as I mentioned, range from as little as 2 hours a week up to 24-hour, 7-day-a-week care. So there's a lot of our patients that will receive some, maybe 1 or 2 visits a week for companionship or help with grocery shopping, meal planning and preparation, a little bit of light housekeeping, laundry, those sorts of things.
Okay.
And then we do have those patients that require a higher level of care with nursing and or maybe it's a palliative situation. Perhaps it's just post-surgical, so they need a little bit of extra attention for the first 3 to 4 weeks while they recover, and then we gradually decline on the amount that we're needed and the amount that our caregivers are in.
Okay. And what about your adult day program?
It's something that we've been planning for quite some time, and we're very pleased. We've recently, well, I guess it's not that recent anymore. It's almost been a year since we've moved to our new location at 6566 Hawthorne Drive. And it's a 92, almost 9,300 square foot facility. The front portion, we have our office space, and the back 4,500 square feet is all newly renovated. It is a secure building, and we have all of the exits except for the front are wheelchair accessible. And we've geared it towards individuals that are requiring a little bit of extra socialization, perhaps need some supervising, and also need a little bit more physical activity. Some overall stimulation does everybody a bit of good. And then we have an additional 3,500 square feet of outdoor activity space that's secure. We have a cement walking path. We'll have a gazebo and raised garden beds going in the spring. And we'll be focusing a lot on outdoor activity and doing horticultural therapy. We also have hot lunches that are served every day, and we have a side entry whirlpool tub, so we can take care of all the patient's needs there, from personal hygiene to social, cognitive, and physical stimulation. And the program is overseen by nursing care for the entire time that the patients are there. And then we have personal support workers that will help address any other toileting or personal care needs.
Oh, that is impressive.
Well, thank you.
Okay, and this sounds very unique too, and especially like not just in our city, but it sounds like something that our city could use, because there's a lot more people coming here to retire and such. So the demand is increasing too. Do you find the demand for your services is going up as well?
I do. It's always varying as well, which is interesting. It keeps us hopping for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes we'll get calls where It's a lot of crisis situations, a lot of people being told that they're being discharged that day from the hospital, and they know that they're not going to be able to cope on their own at home. So we get a lot of crisis calls, and you had mentioned the just in case number, and it's not offensive to me at all. I'd actually rather people have that on hand and maybe do a little bit of research, look at our website, figure out what it is that we do and how we could fit in for them. And of course, our assessments are always free of charge, and we'd love to come out and talk to you a little bit more about that. But it's really important, especially in this day and age, to be prepared and to know not only for what your needs are, what your future needs might be, but the costs associated with it as well. So we put together comprehensive plans. We work in and around the free care that our government system offers through CCAC. And there's other support systems in town as well that will encourage, either through the Alzheimer's Society of Windsor-Essex County or any of the other supportive groups that might be appropriate in that patient's care. And then that way we are not only filling the gaps, but widening the support base for that patient. So their overall care is just better overseen, and the patient benefits.
That's true. And having a plan and knowing costs and that sort of thing for down the road is always a good idea as well. We are talking to Amy from Amy's Helping Hands. The website is amyshelpinghands.ca. You can also give her a call at 915-4370. And don't forget, we've got Mr. Instant Teller on the way too here as Experts continues on AM800.
It's a great day to get more play for less. Right now, during Sears Days, buy one, get one free on regular price kids fashions from great brands like Nike, Levi's, Girl Confidential, and more. Plus, with Sears Kid Vantage, if an item wears out, Sears will repair it or replace it with the identical item in the same size. Pay less for kids brands and have more to play with. Visit Sears or Sears.ca and make every day a great day. Conditions apply. See store for details.
When you're out of town, who do you trust to keep an eye on your home? A friend in the community. Because someone nearby can protect you better. Just like your local Allstate insurance agent.
Hi, I'm Angie Hay, one of the Allstate agency managers found all across Ontario. Because we're right in your neighborhood, we can get to know you. And we're here if you have any questions about changing rates.
Get personalized service and advice from one of 4 Allstate agencies in the Windsor area. Find yours at allstate.ca/local.
It's 10:30.
From the AM800 News Center, your #1 news source in Windsor, Essex. An information update with Mike McDonald.
Unifor Local 444 President Dino Chiodo believes recently acquired silver designation will secure a long future for the Windsor Assembly Plant. The Chrysler Group recently awarded the plant silver designation for world-class manufacturing. The Windsor Assembly Plant is the only facility in North America to receive that award. Police are investigating the discovery of a body on the Detroit River in LaSalle. Body was pulled from the water late yesterday afternoon near Old Front Road. LaSalle police can confirm the deceased is a U.S. citizen, though no name is being released right now and no foul play is suspected. The Windsor Essex chapter of the Registered Nurses Association of Ontario is doing what it can to help a local family dealing with cancer. Both Francis and Amanda Ryal are battling the disease, all while raising 4 children. The RNAO is hosting a pasta fundraiser this afternoon at the Chicharo Club from noon to 3 p.m. In sports, make it 8 in a row for the Leafs after they lost to the Red Wings last night, 4-2. In other action around the NHL, Montreal beat Florida 4-1, Vancouver lost to Anaheim 5-1, and Winnipeg fell to LA 4-2. Junior C Hockey Provincial Quarterfinals, Dorchester defeated the Essex 73s to even the series. In the NBL semifinals, the Windsor Express will play a 7th game with London after the Lightning beat the Express last night 84-79. In the NBA, the Pistons lost to Philly 123-98. In exhibition baseball, the Blue Jays beat the Mets 2-0. From the AM800 Weather Center, sunny with a high 8 today. Tonight, clear and a low -1. Tomorrow, sunny during the day with a high of 11. It is 1 Celsius or 34 Fahrenheit. I'm Mike McDonald, AM800 News.
A question?
I have a very sincere question for you.
A comment?
I wanted to thank you, and I really appreciate that. I really do.
The show is Experts on Call on AM800. 519-792-2559. Or star 800 from your Rogers phone. A toll-free call, courtesy of your local Rogers authorized dealer. Experts on Call on AM800 is a paid program.
10:32, good morning. This is Experts on Call on AM800. We are talking to Amy from Amy's Helping Hands. Her number is 915-4370. It's the number that you want to program into your phone or just keep handy. Write it down on you and keep it on your fridge, because it's, as I've been calling, it's a good just-in-case number, because you never know when you might need to call this number and have a little bit of extra help around the house. 915-4370. You offer home care services ranging everywhere from a couple hours a week here and there to 24/7, basically, right?
We do.
So how do we know when is going to be a good time to call and start researching your services?
Well, honestly, the sooner the better, and for a couple different reasons. One, if we are coming in, and by we, I mean our nursing case managers, if they come in earlier than when the crisis is occurring, then we're able to put a comprehensive plan in place that really is the minimum amount that we need to come in order to keep that loved one of yours safe, happy, and healthy. The idea is that we want to avert a crisis. Right? We don't want to wait until your loved one has fallen and fractured a hip, or perhaps they've left a pot of food on the stove and it burns and the house catches on fire. The idea is that we get in ahead of this. So we are not overbearing. It's always that person's home, and we respect those rules and the fact that that person is the king of their castle, so to speak.
Yeah.
We are there simply to lend a helping hand. We do not do for the senior what they're able to do for themselves. That really wouldn't be helping them. We are there to be that supportive and safety net, to enable that senior to be the best that they can be. And so by them participating actively in their own care, they're liable to stay healthier and more active for a lot longer. And then we can avert those crisis rushes to the ER, or any other physical or cognitive issues that might happen. We would be able to be in there, have eyes and ears on, to make sure that we're able to communicate with the physicians or any other healthcare professionals, and also then add the services in place either through our community system, or we can add supplementary services through our own agency.
Okay. So if okay, just throwing a scenario out there, someone's fallen, they've broken a hip, for example. They're getting out of the hospital tomorrow, and they realize, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I'm going to go home. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle myself at home. I've been here in the hospital for a few weeks. I'm going to need groceries. I don't even know how I'm going to get home. Maybe I'm going to call this Amy's Helping Hands I just heard on the radio. What's that going to be like? How are you going to help them out?
Well, we do answer our phones 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We prefer that you call during regular business hours. There's just more people there to help. The after hours line and through the weekends is generally for emergencies only.
Okay.
But if you are being released from the hospital and you don't know what you're going to do, and it was a little unexpected, that sometimes would constitute as an emergency.
Yeah.
So when you call, a friendly expert is on the other end of the phone, and they're one of our staff. We don't use a call service, so they're very familiar with our services and our caregiver base. We have a nursing case manager that will go out and assess wherever you are, but we prefer to go to the home just so we can assess that it's a safe environment for you to go back to. If there's any equipment or anything like that that you need, then we would maybe make those recommendations or recommend that you have an occupational therapy consult to ensure that it is the proper equipment and it's properly fitted to your needs. And then from there, we're able to coordinate very quickly a plan of care, including having the caregivers come to your home. So we have done it all in the same day. It's not something we prefer to do, because we really like to match our caregivers, not only from a skill set standpoint, but also a personality and the likelihood that patient will really connect with the person that's coming in their home. Because as you can well imagine, having essentially a stranger, even though they're a professional, but having them come into your home can be a little overwhelming, a little daunting. So we're very cognizant of that, and we really try to ensure that there's the best possible match for that patient going in.
Okay. So it's nice to know that you are there for the little things and the big things. Last minute, if need be, you can plan ahead. Basically, anything you can think of, you're going to be there.
We've really tried to be. Yes, we've been very fortunate. And again, I have a wonderful staff that works with everybody, the patients, their family members. We understand this is a difficult process.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us have had a personal connection. I think any one of us can relate to that and really know that when the support is needed, that we are there and we can help whatever your needs are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And as you said, you don't like to really say no, so you find a way to make anybody's requests, whatever it is, if it's helping them to get to the wedding, if it's helping them grocery shop, get prescriptions, whatever it might be.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we do what makes sense for the patient, and we do it at the times and the days that they need it the most. So it's not like waiting for the cable man to come where, we'll be there between 8 and 10 this morning, or, you could be waiting until the afternoon to get a bath. It's not like that. If you need us for breakfast and lunch, and if we're supposed to be there at 8 a.m., we'll be there at 7:55 with bells on and clocking in. We have quality assurance programs where our caregivers do clock in over their phone, so we can tell right up to the minute that they sign in using caller ID.
Oh, wow.
And then when they sign out as well. So we use that for billing and payroll purposes, but also for peace of mind that we know all of our caregivers are in place when they're supposed to be at the time that they're supposed to be. So it's just an added quality assurance program that we have.
You really have thought of everything, haven't you? Okay. Hey, that's good to know that it's all taken care of and it's one less thing for us to worry about. The number to call Amy's Helping Hands is 915-4370. That's 915-4370. We're back with more from Amy here as Experts on Call continues on AM800.
Whatever the tournament, whoever is golf is happening, find out about it on Canada's 19th hole. Golf Talk Canada with Mark Zucchino, Sunday nights at 7 on AM800. Win cash now.
Call in and win.
Now. Mr. Instant Teller is now open. 519-792-2559 or star 800 on your TELUS mobility phone. Courtesy of Kelcom. Brought to you by Windsor Family Credit Union and AM800.
We'll be back more with Amy from Amy's Helping Hands in just a couple minutes here. In the meantime, it is time to win some cash with Mr. Instant Teller. Hey, Amy, what's your favorite number?
11.
11. All right. So caller number 11 is going to play Mr. Instant Teller. So give us a call, 519-792-CKLW. That's 792-2559.
What do the latest phones from LG, Google, Samsung, Sony, and Motorola have in common? Well, they're all awesome smartphones. They all come in white. And right now at T-Booth Wireless, these awesome white smartphones are all 50% off. Yep, it's pretty much a blizzard of deals in here right now. So come in today and choose from 6 great phones in 1 great color. And we'll help you find the one that's perfect for you. Only at T-Booth Wireless. Find us in a mall near you. See store for details.
Everyone's headed to Subway restaurants for a $5 6-inch barbecue pulled pork sandwich.
Hey, I went to Subway for barbecue pulled pork.
And?
I got it made with banana peppers.
That's it?
Then I got it made with pickles.
And? Maybe the song will help.
I got it made fresh at Subway. Subs made just the way I say.
I got it made on flatbread with red onions.
Nice. Give in to the bold taste of a 6-inch barbecue pulled pork sandwich made the way you say for only $5. Subway. Eat fresh. For limited time at participating restaurants.
Hello there. At the Volkswagen Lab, we've discovered that the Jetta costs as little as $6 a day. So if you bring your lunch to work, you can afford a Jetta.
So, may I take your order?
No, I made my lunch.
Own the 2014 Volkswagen Jetta from only $84 by weekly. And during Autobahn for All, get $500 Autobahn cash. Visit your Volkswagen dealer or VW.ca for details. $17.64 down, 2.9% APR for 84 months.
Estee Lauder loves Lily, and you will too. Right now, spend $36.50 or more on any Estee Lauder product at Sears, and you'll receive a free Lily Pulitzer print cosmetic bag filled with the best of Estee Lauder, including our #1 serum, Advanced Night Repair, and your choice of the makeup shades you love. 7 pieces in all, valued at over $82. Plus, choose your deluxe 14-day supply of day and night moisturizers when you spend $80 or more. Only at Sears and Sears.ca. 1 gift per customer while supplies last.
Sunday morning live.
What's going on in the city keeps you up to date.
Local news, weather, sports, contests, experts on call.
Current news, what's happened yesterday or the past week.
Sundays 8 till 11. Mr. Instant Teller. $280.
Whoa, Mick, that's a nice jump.
$300.
That's a lot better, isn't it?
$480.
You got it. You got it. You stay. You stay.
He's stuffed with $25,000, and every cent must be given away on air to AM800 listeners. Visit WFCU.ca for the daily 4-digit PIN number. Then tune into AM800 for your chance to make a cash withdrawal. Or you can see if you can show him just a little bit further. But be warned, Mr. Instant Teller can be cranky. If he crashes, he'll keep all his cash. But he will give you a gift certificate from Antonino's Original Pizza. AM800's Mr. Instant Teller. Brought to you by Windsor Family Credit Union. It's time to get moving. Move your mortgage, that is. Right now, Windsor Family Credit Union is offering a very competitive rate of 3.59% on a 5-year mortgage. WFCU. Like a bank, only better. To learn more, visit WFCU.ca.
It's easy to do more with Save on Energy.
Saving energy saves you money. And now you can find some of those savings under your desk, in the backyard, and in your ceiling. That's because Save on Energy's coupon event helps you save on a number of energy-efficient products, including power bars with integrated timer or auto shutoff, outdoor clotheslines, and Energy Star qualified LED light bulbs. Simply visit a participating retailer or download your coupons at saveonenergy.ca before April 27th. Funded by the Ontario Power Authority and offered by your local electric utility.
I'm about to give you 3 reasons to try Tim Hortons' new crispy chicken sandwich for lunch. Too fast? Okay, once again, crispy chicken sandwich. That's all I need to say. Watch. Excuse me, sir.
Me?
Yeah, you. Tim's has a crispy chicken sandwich.
No way, I'm there.
See? It's made fresh to order with breaded seasoned white meat on a soft bakery-style bun. But it's quicker to say, Tim's has a new crispy chicken sandwich.
A crispy chicken sandwich?
I gotta try that. Try the new chicken sandwich today at restaurants.
Sunday morning live.
Current events.
Gets me in a good mood. First thing in the morning, kind of ease into the day.
Sundays 8 till 11.
10:44. Good morning. It's Sunday morning live on AM800. The forecast is brought to you by Private Exchange. Sell privately, save thousands. Get sold with the Private Exchange. Get a lawn sign, get listed, and get sold from only $99. Visit privateexchange.com today. We'll see sunny skies all day long, a high of 8. And then tonight, a little bit on the chilly side. We're going down to -1. Mix of sun and cloud tomorrow, up to 11 though, which is going to be nice. And then a little bit of rain moving in for Tuesday, a high of 13. But the sunshine is back for Wednesday, a high of 6. Right now, it's +1 or 30.
Mr. Instant Teller on AM800.
All right, we have Ron from Aberg joining us this morning. Good morning, Ron.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I guess you're having a good morning too, aren't you?
I've been trying so long.
Yeah, and this is your first time playing?
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice. Well, listen, this is I guess you know how to play, but basically I'm going to go over it really quickly with you.
Yeah.
You get a free spin at the beginning that we're going to give you, where you get to try the teller at first, and then it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to keep going back for more cash or walk away with what you have. Of course, you risk shutting down the ATM altogether and not winning any money. But if that's the case, you still walk away with a $35 Antonino Original Pizza gift certificate. So, what do you think? Are you feeling kind of daring today? Are you living on the edge or what?
Well, I'm not greedy, but I am needy. So.
Oh, I like it.
I don't know. Let's go.
All right.
$200.
What, was that 200? A nice start. 200. Oh, what do you think?
Better than a pizza, but I think I'm going to one more time.
One more time.
$240.
Oh, 240, Ron. What do you think?
Something's telling me 3's my number. You know what? And 240 is better than nothing, but I'm going to go one more time.
All right, let's do it.
System failure. Mr. Instant Teller accounts crashed.
Oh. Well, you know what? Maybe this was just your warm-up round, and one day you'll play again and you'll win big time. But in the meantime, you did get a $35 gift certificate to Antonino's Pizza, so you're going to enjoy that pizza and some of the delicious cheese. So congratulations, Ron, and good luck next time with Mr. Instant Teller from the WFCU and AM800.
It's not online research, it's on-air research.
I'm on air.
This is the best place to do that.
Experts on call on AM 800, 519-792-2559, and pound 800 on your Bell mobility phone. Experts on Call is a paid program on AM 800.
Amy from Amy's Helping Hands is joining us for Experts on Call this morning. Check out the website, amyshelpinghands.ca. You'll be able to learn more about the services, the caregiver support, and a lot of ideas about who would qualify and what you might want to take advantage of with her services. Let's talk about right now, especially your Adult Day program. Who is a good candidate for your program there?
Well, really anybody is, any senior, and we will accept other patients that are a little bit younger. We don't like to classify age as a barometer, but just for the socialization portion of our activity base, we like everybody to have something in common. And anyone who is looking for a little extra socialization, some help on a day-to-day basis with any physical activities or participation in daily chores or activities, then we offer that at our program.
Okay.
So we do a variety of different cognitively stimulating activities and games. We also we have exercise programs. So we have an activities coordinator who does that. We do a lot of crafts. We do baking exercises. As I mentioned, we have hot lunches as well. And then many of the patients actually come because they've seen our side entry whirlpool tub, and it's very spa-like. So that's been the drawing factor into the program.
Sure.
Yes. And then everybody that's attending is absolutely wonderful. And to see the interaction and the stimulation, it's just really great. And then when their loved ones either pick them up or we're dropping them off, if they've arranged transportation, then we hear from their loved ones about how great it is, just to allow them that break and also know that they're really experiencing a great time and it's been beneficial for them.
Now, can someone just come by on a whim? Do they need to make an appointment first, or can they just come by once in a while, like, oh, I've got nothing else to do today, I'll come by and drop by today?
Well, anyone can come by and have a tour and see what we're all about. We would love that. We love to show off the facility. In order to participate in the program, though, we do have to know exactly what your needs are. And from a health perspective, we need a health history.
Okay.
So we have a form that we will either fax to the doctor or give you, and you can bring to your doctor. And then we do require a negative tuberculosis screen as well, just to stop the spread of communicable diseases within our program. But we make that as easy as possible, and we can directly communicate with your doctor's office in order to get that to happen. And then at that time, when you do the tour, or we can set up a different time if that's more convenient, we can have one of our nursing case managers or the Adult Day Program administrator do an assessment so that we know that we're meeting your needs. We learn all about your interests and what your likes are so that we can incorporate those into the activity programming as well.
Nice. Okay, so once they become, I guess, a member in a way, once they go through all that, then they can just sort of come and go?
That's right.
That's cool.
With our Adult Day Program, as well as our home care services, contractually, there's never any obligation. If you needed to use us, say, short term, as many patients' families do, if they would like to go on vacation or a long weekend away with the girls and their husband needs help at home, then sometimes they'll use us periodically through the year. So we do have a service agreement so that we have gained permission to access and go into the home and provide a service so that everybody has an understanding, and there's a little bit of billing information on that as well. But it clearly states that we're only there when you need us, and when you don't, then we're happy to step aside. So if a patient needs to use us for short term, a couple of days up to a couple of months, then they're able to do that. And if we need to gradually pull back on services, or we know it's a defined period for, say, 1 week while the family member is away on vacation, then we're able to set that up as well.
I can see that being a big plus. Is there any other reasons why someone would hire Amy's Helping Hands rather than someone privately?
Well, privately, you do have to be very, very careful of. A lot of people will steer towards that because they see that there's a minor cost savings associated with it from face value. You can pay somebody under the table who might seem qualified on paper, and they don't really realize the pitfalls of what they're getting themselves into. So when you are hiring somebody, even under the table like that, you're actually entering into an employee-employer agreement. So that means that you're subjected to do payroll remittances. You have to, yes, you have to look after your own WSIB insurance, your liability insurance. You have to make sure that you're, really taking care of all of the appropriate angles and protecting you and your loved one. Because if that privately paid worker is not covered, and most of them will maybe tell you that, oh, yes, I have my own insurance or I'm covered through my other employer. That's not the case. So you really need to make sure that you've put safeguards in place and that you are taking everything on yourself, and or your loved one is making sure that all of the appropriate paperwork and everything else is in place. Because if that person injures themselves at your home, you are wide open to litigation. If you are not contributing to WSIB or doing their payroll or tax remittances, then Canadian Revenue Agency will be certainly coming in for their own piece.
That scares me right there, because you hear about so many scams or people who just go after seniors, that sort of thing, and it's like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll stay away from Kijiji and Craigslist for this sort of thing. And that's why we say write down that number and call someone you can trust, right?
It's really, really important because, like you said, there's a lot of senior fraud. And even something as simple as, well, what happens if the person isn't taking advantage of me, but what happens if I don't like them? Or what happens if they're not doing a good job? Sometimes a senior will just put up with something and continue to pay for a service that they're not getting. We have a guarantee. We want you to be true. We have case managers that will be coming for unannounced spot checks to ensure that that plan of care is being carried out properly, as well to make sure that you're happy. If you're not 100% happy, we will swap out the caregiver. Okay. We will ensure that if we need to tweak something with the care plan, that is taken care of as well.
That's a good point, because they could be a perfectly nice person, but you're just not mixing. Your chemistry is not there, and there could be another person who's just better for you. So
absolutely.
And I could see why I hate confrontation, so I might not want to be the type of person who'd be like, I'm not meshing with this person. But at the same time, if you're spending a lot of time with them, if they're driving you every week to get your groceries or something, you want to be enjoying their company.
Absolutely.
So speak up and find someone that you are going to enjoy. So that's a good point. I'm really glad you brought that up. So again, the number for Amy's Helping Hands is 915-4370. That's 915-4370. Good number to have on hand, as we said, just in case, and even to call and talk to them just in case, so you're prepared down the line. You have an idea of what they can offer you, and so that if you're looking into maybe taking part in their day program down the line, you can go through those tests and those the blood test and everything, just in case. And
it's a very simple, just a little pick under the skin, and
even better.
Yes, it's not a blood
even
test.
Better.
Yes,
okay.
Yep.
So that's I'm liking everything here, and it makes me feel so much better knowing that there's something like this out there, because I get so nervous knowing that my parents are so far away. So I know a lot of people are in that position. So that number 915-4370 is the type of number that you want to jot down, and the website amyshelpinghands.ca. Check that out, because you're going to learn a lot on that website. You can learn about their services, about caregiver support. Check out the FAQ as well. Why not, right? It's all about just taking some time when you have a few minutes and educating yourself when it comes to this sort of thing for yourself, for your family. Just get some peace of mind. So check that out. Amy, so much. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
That's Experts on Call on AM800.
That wraps up Experts on Call on AM800, part of Sunday Morning Live. Experts on Call is a paid commercial program. Talk to the experts Saturdays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Sunday mornings 9 till 11 on the #1 station in Windsor, Essex, AM800 CKLW.